Hello and welcome to Game Over Yeah, the video game podcast created by gamers for gamers with your hosts, Leon.
Dave.
Stag Beetle himself.
Oh yeah. So you're joining us for the last cast here in this lovely abode. I unfortunately have to move.
Wait, you have moved. You're in a different seat. See what I did there.
Oh yeah, it's true. I am in a different
Budget
seat.
cuts.
We already got rid of all the furniture.
Producer was a cunt. Lost our space.
Yeah. So, damn. Anyway,
Shenanigans.
me and Dave, because hashtag where's the stag?
Hashtag where's stag?
Hashtag slacker.
He was not at Rezzed, but we were, and that's why I'm joining over this side of the couch. It's us against him this week.
It's like, this is where the cool kids are. Yeah. the ones that go out and do things.
I'm going to go to sleep in the corner then. Carry on.
But all in all, let's just dive in straight away. We went up on the Thursday, and at the location, Tobacco Docks in London, a really nice location actually. But I think the only thing that I didn't kind of like about it was just the fact that it was just getting there in some sense.
The 20-minute walk.
Yeah, it was. Well, yeah, I would say it was probably about 10-15 minutes or so, like from the nearest tube anyway. The nearest tube was Tower Hill kind of thing, so we walked from there.
It's kind of like blinking you're there. You're just like walking through rubble and crap and generally the dregs of London.
For something, and he complained, he goes, "There's a really good venue, but I ran out of cigarettes. Couldn't find anywhere to buy cigarettes." I was like, "Oh, ironic."
Yeah.
Yes,
there's a text code literally 5 minutes away, which is also the closest cash point. For everyone who wanted to go and buy merchandise, and was like, "Oh, it's cash only."
Bit of merch.
My gripe about it is it's a really nice venue, but it was a bit small.
Yeah, don't forget to talk.
Okay, I'll talk into this one and that one. But yeah, it was a bit on the Wii side, considering how much was there, and what?
They had Wii stuff there.
They had, it was Wii in bottles.
I'm gonna have to show the bottle now, just so they get the reference.
Leon's
Leon
sick.
Is drinking Wii.
Bit of backstory. Leon
100% pure piss.
It looks like Wii.
It doesn't just look like it. It is piss.
I can assure you, it's not Wii.
Let me smell it.
Go on.
It smells like asparagus. That is fucking definitely piss.
Yeah, it's because Leon hasn't left his room.
No, I've been a bit ill this weekend, unfortunately. But
also, because it's the last podcast, he's wanted to try and get as much, out of this room as possible.
Wait till you see our giveaway at the end of the show. It's piss.
It's piss. If in fact anyone want this couch, this couch is going. If you want it,
I might have the couch.
Yes.
Good couch.
Only if it comes with piss, or at least some stains.
That could be arranged.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Look at the game. So a little bit small.
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of liked it though, just because of the fact that it was all sort of very split up into kind of like different rooms. So each kind of publisher, kind of had their own room, which I thought was really cool actually. Because of the fact that
it was great to get around. It was made things easy, and I couldn't get lost, so there was no hashtag Where's Dave.
No way to get lost. But to be fair, I didn't realise that I could get downstairs for quite a long time. I didn't go downstairs until right at the end of the show. And that's where the left field collection was, and
the BAFTA area.
The BAFTA area as well. But yeah, I just completely missed it until right near the end of the show.
Ignored all the stairs that were there.
Yeah, I know, there were so many. But didn't you see there were so many guards around on each kind of staircase, so you never know which one you could go down.
Because it was obviously, we came in on the Thursday, which was press day, and Friday and Saturday was...
you say press day. It is kind of press day, but there was plenty of people that weren't press there kind of thing. It was still a ticketed event. People could still kind of go, but a lot of the press...
They were still ramping up for Friday and Saturday, so there was a lot of stuff that was still being prepared and everything, so there was a load of doors sealed off and generally sad-looking guards standing there by themselves, not doing much, generally.
In high-vis jackets?
No, sadly there was no high-vis jackets.
Yeah, and he wasn't wearing his either.
Fucking loser.
Yeah, I know. What's that about?
You could have got in far more places with that on.
Totally.
It's true. We would have looked way more official, or way more builder-like, actually. I think that's...
Dave does look like a builder.
There was a load of building sites around the Tobacco Docks, so if I did wear my high-vis, I'd probably end up on one of those.
Yeah, no, you probably would have.
Could have got a free sandwich.
Cup of tea.
That's true. I mean, that's that's a staple of a builder's diet, isn't it? Sandwich and tea,
and tea and
I
Kit
think
Kat.
so, yeah.
Gotta get a Kit Kat in there.
Bacon sarnie.
Did you ever see the picture I posted on? I don't remember what it might have been Instagram, might have been Facebook, or whatever. Of me, I took a bite out of a Kit Kat, like it was a forefinger, but just like that. And like I don't play by the rules, and the amount of people that like, and I even felt it afterwards, was like the kind of OCD in them was like, you can't eat it that way. That's really weird. It tasted weird that way as well. Like it just didn't feel like the same thing because it was eaten differently.
Well, I suppose, because you're eating so much of it.
It was like when they did the giant Kit Kats, which was the one finger. The big
chunky.
Still do what
chunky.
Yeah,
they sell more than the normal ones now.
Yeah, but I feel weird eating those because I feel like I should break them off and eat them, but you can't do it with just one.
Or like as Bill Bailey says, you can kind of get 4 of them all together and you can feel like a little pixie eating.
Amazing.
Kit Kat related humour.
So, talking of food and Rezzed, I think it's time for the present for Mike. As you weren't there, we got you something.
Okay.
We did indeed, and
piss?
it's a lovely hat.
Oh, Iron Bread.
From the Iron Bread guys.
It's a good cat. Have you played it?
No, we saw it.
Yeah.
They did have a fantastic setup.
They had an amazing setup
it's
in
quite a
comparison
fun
to
game.
everyone else. Have you actually played it then?
Yeah.
The thing is that you don't usually like these kind of things.
It's a simulator.
Yeah,
Normally you get angry.
Yeah,
at
but
this.
it's not really a simulator, is it? It's like a fucking get your bread across the room sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I just go full ham on it and just ham and cheese style and throw, like, just go. I don't care if my bread gets dirty, just get there fast, sort of thing. If you
I
give
can't
me
believe
half
that
an
you've
hour,
actually
I might
got in.
actually-
Because I thought that you were going to hate that. In all fairness,
I don't mind this game.
Oh,
That's a
wow.
big hat. Let's see if it fits.
does that mean you're turning around
Whoa,
on
that
the?
I actually hit perfect.
Nice.
Does that mean like you're
No,
you're
it
turning
does
around
not.
Simulation games now.
It's not a simulation game. It's a fucking piece of bread. I don't class that as a simulation game.
So for birthday for this year, Mike, we're going to get you the Goat Simulator MMO. It's not really a simulator.
It's an MMO.
It's an MMO with goats.
It's not really an MMO either. It's
No.
actually an MMO simulator in some sense as well. So
We'll slowly wear down those walls.
yeah, indeed. Let's dive into like another like a developer that was there. I mean, it was really cool setup. Actually, before we do that, I forgot the Iron Bread setup.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't actually go into what the setup was like.
It was like an Italian kitchen. So it was like the table, the chairs, like a proper old school Italian kitchen, and then they had like the big seats, and then they had like the TV in the corner, and then surrounding it was like all VHS stuff, so it was like straight out of the 80s or something.
Yeah.
It was really well done. Out of all the stands that were there, most of them were just straight up bog standard stand. They'd actually like taken the time to properly.
Did they have bread available to eat?
There was some bread on the table, and I believe there was some meat as well, but I'm not 100% sure if it was edible.
That's how you get people interested in your shit. Free food.
There should have been
Gadget show, they were
someone
giving out
making
free
sandwiches
drinks
there.
Around, it can't have been that good a product because I can't remember what the fuck it was. They were giving out Pepsis and stuff, and I was like, do you know what? I'm going to get in this queue, and I'm going to look at their stuff because I'm quite thirsty right now. Was it cold? Was it fuck? Can't have a fucking that warm a fucking temperature can of Pepsi. Literally, it touched my lips. I was like, lava to the face.
Yeah, but it was free though, so.
I wish it wasn't. Because I would have paid them for a cold one at that point. That's what Pepsi should have set up. An ice cold Pepsi stand right next to it.
Yeah.
And people would be like, and then like, just give away some free shitty Coke or something like that. And like, afterwards you can't have you have to have a cold fizzy drink, especially a can.
Yeah.
It has to be freezing cold. So like you do one sip of that, you'd be like, oh, give me one of those. £4? Yeah, fuck it. Have my money.
Well, the company I work for were at GDC the other week, and they had a barman on their stand, so they actually had like beers and shit they were giving away and stuff.
Genius.
So you wouldn't want a warm one?
No. Well, they're in America. They like warm beer for some reason over
Do
there.
they? I thought
Do they?
we
were the
like
ones
warm
that
beer.
Is it? We like the warm beer, and they like the cold beer.
Yeah, that's
okay.
right.
They don't drink They don't drink draft. They don't drink like bitter or anything like that. Really,
Yeah.
Crazy Americans.
So yeah, wrong way around.
Hey.
It's all good, man. I mean, maybe are you in America and we just somehow you just
Yeah.
appear
I,
here?
I live in opposite
all
land.
the Americans.
I know exactly. Yeah. Anyway, let's jump into Versus Evil.
Yes.
They
Those
had
nice guys.
They were really nice guys as well. I mean, I know that you kind of got talking to one of the guys.
Yeah, I got talking to a bald chap. He had a name. I don't know what it is right now, but it was a good name.
Bald chap.
Bald chap.
Fantastic.
Sounds like a day.
If you're listening out there, I'd like to know who this bald
Baldy!
chap is. So,
If you
Yeah,
ever have a problem with baldness, get one of these hats.
yeah. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. I'm going bald myself, hence why I wear a hat every week. So
I'm not going bald, hence why I'm not wearing it.
Embrace it. Just embrace it. Chop it all off.
I will one day when I admit defeat. I'm not ready yet.
On a massive tangent, one of the guys that I work with turned up today completely bald. He had decided to shave his hair for the weekend. It was like,
Have you ever
Brilliant.
seen someone that goes off like Rogaine or like one of those things that keeps it to a certain level? So like when you take so I know someone that was taking it for about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
He was losing it from about 21, 22. And it literally, once you start doing it, you won't lose hair. It won't get
Yeah.
worse. Came off it like literally instantly, like it just gave the fuck up. Was just like no, and like
was it like a gust of wind and all the hair came off of it?
pretty much he was bald within a month sort of thing.
That's fucked up,
I know.
man.
Wow.
But that just shows you how powerful those drugs are that you're fucking
What are they
taking or
fucking
whatever.
doing to you to be able to make sure your
I
hair
assume it
stays
fucks
there?
with you like
Like,
I don't know, your hormones of some sort. I don't know. Or maybe it's just tiny little ninja grappling hooks holding onto each hair. You ain't going nowhere, blood. I don't know why ninjas are little rude boys. But
I don't know.
in my mind, they are.
I like that. I like that.
Baseball caps and
Great
mopeds.
idea for a game.
Chav ninjas.
Amazing. That sounds really scary.
Well, from ninjas to samurais,
Yes.
Afro Samurai 2 was there.
Indeed.
I must say, I didn't really play it that much. I know Brandon did jump on it, and he was like, in comparison to the first Afro Samurai game, he said that it just didn't feel quite right. It was
I've not
kind of-
played the first one. So.
It was kind of made. I think it was made on a different engine this time, and that's why kind of the feel was a bit different. And he wasn't quite on board with it actually. But I don't know. I mean, like I must say, I didn't play the first one either. I've never really got into Afro Samurai, so I'm
I've
going
never
to
really
check it
played
out
the game.
sometime.
I watched it before. Like,
So what sort of style of game is it?
Well, you know what? I really
sort of
don't know.
hack and
I
slash
think it's
esque.
yeah. That's what the first one kind of was, wasn't it? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I assume the second one's the fucking same thing.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't really know too much about that, but we should be getting something from them soon, so we might be able to play that. Play that in the future and let you know more about
They'll
it.
give you like an afro wig.
No,
but we got Afro Samurai 2 giant red t-shirts.
yeah, we did.
How
did,
big?
It's
Tent
XL.
size.
It's XL, but it was actually like pretty big on me even for XL. Yeah, so I was just like, no, it's all right.
Mike's got one too, but we haven't told him this.
I don't need it. I've got iron bread.
That's true. Okay, you're not getting the t-shirt. We'll give it to someone else. Yeah, so I wasn't actually playing that. What I was playing there was Army Krog.
And I must admit, I looked at this one before the show and was like, yes, I definitely want to go and check
Explain.
this out. It's like it kind of looks like a claymation kind of thing, which is really cool in itself. It's the same people who kind of did like Earthworm Jim. It was a spiritual successor for something. What was the
It's
game?
the spiritual successor for Neverhood, which was a game done back in the 90s. I think it was also the LucasArts guys. I think they got involved in it somehow, which then spawned the PlayStation platformer Skull Monkeys.
Oh yes, Skull Monkeys. Yeah.
But yeah, they also did Earthworm Jim, and I believe they did Clay Fighter. Maybe.
In all fairness, it wouldn't surprise me if they did.
Weren't they going to do a Clay Fighter remake? Or
They are
something?
doing a Clay Fighter
they're
remake.
doing
Oh really? I
Yep,
had no
there is
idea.
the Clay Fighter remake coming soon to next year or the year after. Soon.
Okay.
Earthworm Jim.
But yeah, it's going to have all your favourites back in it again. They're going to do it like
I
Killer-
could not name you a favourite. The Snowman.
Mr.
can't-
Freeze.
All I remember.
Yeah.
Can't remember anything about it.
But I think they're going to kind of do it the same way they did it with Killer Instinct, with the fact that they're going to bring out some characters and you play those and then you buy all the others. But there's going to be all the types of fatalities and babalities and mutants and all sorts of crazy shit going on. They're really going to go to town with it. So.
Oh, awesome. That'd be cool. I mean, to be fair, like, why not have another beat 'em up game? Why
of course.
Not?
There's not that many out at the moment.
No, there really isn't for next
Killer
gen,
Instinct's
really.
probably one of the best ones.
Yeah?
I'd say so. There's not really any for next gen at all.
Yeah, I mean, there was the Dead or Alive one that just recently hit on PS4, which is kind of going on the same kind of premise as Killer Instinct. The fact that you can play it for free and have
that, is there any other next gen ones really?
No, I haven't seen a Tekken for a while. I'm sure there's
a couple of
there is things coming. There's like obviously there's Street Fighter coming,
Mortal
Kombat. Yeah. So
Mortal Kombat looks good.
It does look really good actually as well. I know
shiny.
But I mean, back into Army Krog a little bit more. I mean, like, what's the kind of game you would call it? Like click and...
It's a point and click
puzzle
game.
I'm trying to say. Yeah, there we go. I must admit, on the demo there, I was getting so confused. It was a bit buggy, and I couldn't really.
Yeah, I chatted to the PR guy after you sort of threw down the mouse in disgust.
Yeah, I was like,
fuck this shit. I've had enough.
This. I don't understand this.
I bet he did not hold back. Fuck your shit. I fucking hate this shit.
It's terrible. Take it away.
I was just like,
It was amazingly broken because all the actual point ways that you need to move to the various doors and stuff weren't actually where they should be, and they were like completely off screen. So the demo that they were showing was massively broken. So you could.
So like, I mean, like, if you're going to be showing a game at Rezzed, make sure it's fucking working. Like, seriously, you know, because like at the end of the day, you're just wasting people's time when they could be playing a game that actually fucking works.
Well, it just puts people off the game.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't help you.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to be selling anything.
There's two ways of doing it. Either make a working demo that is fully working, that is playable, because there's nothing more frustrating than going in and going, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, everything's breaking, bollocks to your game, I'm never going to touch it again.
Yep.
Or have a big fucking disclaimer at the start saying this is massively work in progress, things are going to be missing and everything, so you know that you're going into it going, this is, you know, so you can so you can look at it and go, okay, well, this is massively broken, but I like that, and hopefully when it's working,
I mean, like, on an art style kind of point of view, I was looking at it and going, yes, I'm totally for this. It looks really cool because it's all clay, man. It's claymation.
Who
kind
doesn't
of stuff.
like clay?
Exactly.
And it looks really cool because of that.
No, sadly not. or his Power Rangers.
But yeah, I mean, definitely look out for Army Krog anyway. Even though obviously I'm not giving it the glowing recommendation it deserves at the moment. Just hopefully, you know, they'll sort it out, and you know,
it's still very much early doors. But when it comes out, I imagine it's going to be just as good as the Neverhood game. It's got the humor there already. I thought it was really funny. It's definitely going to be like a point and click adventure. It's not going to be like Monkey Island style or anything like that. It's literally you're going to be clicking and moving, and everything is going to be on screen, and there's no like extra UI or anything like that. But it's just going to be fun.
Yeah,
that's what we like. Fun.
For sure, man. For sure. And then I suppose the last game that was in there was Guild of Dungeoneering.
Yeah.
Now this looks really cool, actually.
I really wanted to play it. Unfortunately, I didn't have time.
No, I didn't get around to playing it either. But I looked at the trailer like beforehand, and it's kind of like I'm just trying to sort of think of what to kind of compare it to.
It's like when you used to play D&D at school on graph paper and you were drawing out your dungeons and everything, and you just have hours.
Is it like cards kind of thing, from what I can see? So you lay out the cards, which kind of, in some sense, lay out what your dungeon's going to be for.
Yeah, like Hero Quest stuff.
Yeah. Which that's what it kind of looks like. And I think on that kind of level, just to the fact of that, I still haven't fucking got round to getting a Dungeons and Dragons game going on.
Nope.
Hopefully,
one day,
this might be fun. I'm thinking, maybe this can just sort of just entertain me instead.
Exactly. But no, a friend of mine was playing it, and she said it was great fun, and you can just mix and match and piss about with it and design your own stuff and generally have a laugh. Fun.
Yeah, for sure. Then, I mean, I think probably the biggest title that was there, Bloodborne, obviously, it's definitely...
That's apparently, from what people are putting in early reviews and stuff, the first must-have game for next gen.
See, and admittedly, I didn't play it. And people who have played it have told me that they really enjoyed it. But I was standing there watching it, and it really wasn't grabbing me or making me go, you must play this game. And I'm like going, I have to play it.
It's the same people that made Dark Souls, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like, the thing is that I've never really gotten with the Dark Souls.
It's not meant to
series.
be like
It's
Dark
not like
Souls,
Dark Souls.
It's
okay.
similar in like the fact it's a dark sort of thing. It looks really good. I like the fact that it's because of it's not all polished and all this kind of stuff, so it actually looks more realistic in that way.
Yeah.
I was looking at they did a PS4 comparison thing of like how detailed some stuff is now, and the first bit they had loads of stuff from Bloodborne, and I was like, that's pretty interesting how deep it is. And they were like, well, we can show you stuff from other games that this is doing, but we can't get like high close versions. So they had the Order, and they just got like, simply there's like these candles in these orbs that are like lamps, and literally they were like, right, so let's zoom in and watch what this is, just a background image sort of thing, and the rain is causing condensation on the thing on the flame, and like literally there's like, you know, we're talking the quality of 4 years ago. What you get as your main character is a very basic item on it, so it has come a long way.
Okay, fair enough.
But I'll be interested to see. I just like the look of big fucking
excite me.
And stuff.
You know, there are people out there who go, graphics, look at the graphics, it's so realistic. It's like being in the real world. You know, the difference. And
I don't think it's about realism.
Yeah.
I don't think necessarily I want the. I'm not all about just like, it has to look amazing. But what I'm saying is, like, if you look at some of these games of how they've come, like you have like, who could doubt if they did a Final Fantasy VII remake, but like as beautiful as Final Fantasy, whatever the new one's going to be, 15. Who wouldn't want it?
No,
sort of
it's
thing,
very true.
Because you're going to go, it looks nice. It's a nice thing to look at.
It is important to have. Well, you don't have to have nice looking games, because there are some.
Coming off.
There are games out there which look arse but are fantastic. But at the same time, you don't want to spend too long making it pretty, because then you run out of actually putting in a game. New Order.
I mean, because
Like
everything that I've looked at, you know, with Bloodborne before, it hasn't really, as Dave said, it hasn't really jumped out at me either. So it was, once again, I didn't go and play it either, because it just doesn't really appeal to me, that kind of game. So I don't know. I mean, I'll definitely probably end up checking it out at some point down the line, you know, when it's a bit cheaper, you know, when it comes out and it's a bit cheaper and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Also, I don't have a PS4.
I don't think it's going to be something that I'm going to be rushing out to buy, in all fairness, even though a lot of people are saying it is the must-have title.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't played it yet either, and I haven't really seen that much on it. I'm just going on like some of the stuff I saw. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Because I mean, there's stuff coming now. Like, we're going back into games that's starting to come out.
Yeah.
But it's a bit weird. There's nothing that I'm like.
Literally, the only
Like,
game.
I must have that game now.
The only game that I'm actually excited about this year is Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, if it comes out this year.
It will. It'll come out.
Hey,
They put a date out.
Are you not keen on?
They did for Uncharted as well, didn't they?
Yeah, but
that's pushed back to the next year.
Yeah, but I mean, Kojima's pretty hot on his shit though.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
We
shall see.
I don't trust him.
It sounds like
Got
there's a bet
eyes.
going on here. I feel a wager in the air.
You know what happened though? There'll be a date out, and then it'll just go ring, and then change. And a little box will come over it.
Is Final Fantasy 15 out this year?
No, I don't think it will be
year.
coming out this year. But we have got the Final Fantasy Type 0 HD
Redux.
Which is out Friday.
Yeah, it comes out Friday, which will have the I'm not sure. Is the Final Fantasy 15 demo preloaded on it? I'm not sure. I think, but you'll be able to get it anyway, as long as you pre-order it, kind of thing. You guarantee it in some sense. You definitely will get a demo of Final Fantasy 15.
So I'm guessing you're buying that then.
I probably will be picking it up, yeah, definitely. Just because of the fact that I really want to check out this Final Fantasy 15 demo, because literally every review that I've seen for the people that have played that demo so far has said that this is fucking amazing. Like, literally so fucking
They needed
good.
to change something.
So I am excited. I'm really excited for that game because it looks amazing.
Yeah,
looks absolutely
they always
amazing.
look good.
Yeah.
That's
So I will see
one of the
what happens.
staple things of a Final Fantasy game is.
So
always,
if you're not,
apart from Final Fantasy 1 and 2 and stuff, you can't really call it that way. But
so I'm guessing if you're not massively busy at the weekend, we could probably do a stream of it.
I'll see how that goes. I don't know on that one because as I said, I'm going to be moving house, so I'm still looking for places and going to be going around a lot. So
Leon,
maybe.
free to a good house. He's
Maybe.
house trained.
Yeah.
He pees in bottles.
Yep.
It's good with sound.
Yeah.
And whisper sweet nothings in your ear as you fall asleep.
Cunt. So I love you. Oh god, that's just creepy. Carmageddon.
Was that great?
No. What was really sweet though was how much enthusiasm the guys on the stand actually had.
So much enthusiasm.
Oh my god!
It.
The
Like,
thing
proper
was,
like car salesman style.
it really
love
was.
that.
The thing was, the dude who
You ain't seen
created
shit.
Carmageddon was there as well.
Yeah.
So he was there talking to people. So I'm guessing that because he was there, everyone working on it had to go that extra step to
Yeah.
like really into it. And they were like, "Oh my god, this is amazing! There's all this stuff going on, and death and destruction." And
I sat down to that game, right, and I was this big fucking truck kind of thing. I don't know what the fuck it was anyway. I'm driving around, doesn't fucking handle for shit. Like, I'm literally just skidding around.
None
and
of the
stuff
cars
like
handled for
no
shit.
idea what the fuck's going on or what my objective is and what I've got to do. Then, like, a guy eventually, sort of about 5 minutes into me playing, comes over and goes, "Oh yeah, your tyre's out. You need to you need to reset your car, and then
Thanks
you'll
for
be."
telling me.
And I'm like, oh, it'd be nice if there would have been something on fucking screen telling me that. Like, what the fuck? How am I meant to know? Am I meant to know the game? Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Carmageddon, like the remake, whatever fucking shit it is.
It
Don't
needs
bother.
a lot of work to it.
Don't
Not-
bother for now. Seriously.
The cars have zero weight to them at all. And then throw into the fact that there's even a pinball mode, which basically just makes them bounce off absolutely everything.
That sounds fun.
You're just there spinning around in circles while the AI goes off and does all the objectives, and you're just sitting there going, I can't drive in a straight line for more than half a second before going completely rear end off somewhere. I had some PR chick come over to me and she was like, "Oh, you need to push these buttons." She had no idea what a controller was or how it worked, and so she's trying to tell me how this game works. Well, I'm looking at it going, I have no idea how this game works. I'm just sitting there with a really big sad face on my screen because it was like it looks really cool. It's the fact that it's just like the original Carmageddon, which was an amazing game, and just sheer amount of blood destruction and carnage that you could cause was really cool.
So basically, all they've done is that they've just sort of like they've put a lick of paint on it and made it so you can't actually control the cars.
Yeah,
in my opinion, it's shit. Like
the problem
I
is,
didn't even see any blood or anything. Did you?
no, I was too busy electrocuting everything.
No, I didn't see any. Well, I mean, I suppose you drive into people and stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't see any blood.
Yeah, I saw
or
a few
anything
heads
like that,
go
really.
flying off the screen, but there was
Official verdict. It's shit.
effectively the thing is
Don't
that
bother.
car games have moved on a lot since Carmageddon came out, and unfortunately, this game has not. So I even said to the dude, I was like, "Oh, is there much in the way of customization? You know, in the fact that you've got these machines of death that there's
You
a
want to be
truck
able to
with-
make it look your way, don't
Yeah,
you?
with, like there's one with like electros on it. There's one with chainsaw on it. There's one with
Yeah.
knives on it. And I was thinking, you know, what would be really cool is you can mix and match
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
the vehicles. You can just build a vehicle of
Tank of Doom.
Great
Tank of
idea,
Doom,
in my
yeah.
opinion. Great idea.
Fantastic. No, you can change the skin so you can have different colors, and you can change the hubcaps so you can have different hubcaps on your car. That's it. And I was like, well, why not change it? And it was like, maybe the creative dude's over there. You can talk to him about it. And I was thinking, no, I don't want to go talk to him because I might end up saying something I regret, and then he made
I should have gone and spoke to him.
No, hi, my name's Leon. I'm going to be your worst nightmare.
I'm such a cunt. I really am. I just can't help it. At the end of the day, I'll always be honest.
I remember at a convention I went to about phones and stuff, and they had a company that had test cases and stuff.
Yeah.
And like the guys talking about these iPhone cases and stuff, and like how they're so resilient, and like he's like, "Oh yeah, if you want to have a hold of my phone, like what do you think?" And like he's doing the thing like he's knocking against there. And one of the people I work with, he's a cunt. He gets the phone and he just goes, "Oh, cool," and just literally just launches it on the floor, sort of thing. Goes like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Well, you just told me it won't break if I drop it." Picks it up. This guy's phone's fucked, and he's like, "Why'd you do that?" And he goes, "We can't fucking sell it now, can you? Like, you're lying." and like walked off into into the rest of the convention. I was like, you've just broken this poor fucker's phone. He's just trying to sell some units. Like, I'm sure 5 times out of 7 it would have. That's a really weird number to come.
I know.
It
like
would have
those odds.
like a lot of companies, you see them do the drop test and stuff, and they're like dropping it onto the rubber, and they're knocking it against the thing against there, and it's like, well, that's not real a test, is it?
No.
Yeah.
It's not a true test until you leave it on top of a car and go 90 down the motorway and suddenly realise, oh shit, I left my phone.
I don't think it'll still be there.
No.
That's for sure.
No, they have yet to invent a phone.
They've yet to words.
They've yet to invent words that describe how silly that statement was.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're still working on scripts for me to say.
We've tried to write it all down for him. He's got a teleprompt and all sorts. He just
Exactly.
refuses to read what we tell him.
It's got the magic pencil going and everything.
I tell you what, if I did actually have a teleprompter there, I think I'd just be like, and then this happened, and can you slow it down a bit?
Are you going to be like Ron?
Stupid shit in there. What's it?
Ron Burgundy.
Yeah.
You're going to read absolutely
Like-
everything that's on there.
And in the latest news, Stag Beetle sucked a cock or two. I mean, okay.
Oh man, I think we need to get a teleprompter.
So good.
Well, we do.
We can when we Skype him.
Yeah, exactly.
Just have a screen in front of us.
Anyway, let's dive into the next game. One that I actually played, LA Cops.
Yay!
And I remember looking
This
at
was so hard.
I remember looking at the trailer beforehand and going, "Yes, this looks awesome. Top-down shooter,
Just
LA
like
Cops, 70s like style kind of thing as well. Like,
But like Hotline Miami style.
kind of. It's more on an angle rather than being. I suppose it is top-down, but it's sort of like a slight angle.
It definitely reminded me of Hotline Miami.
Yeah, definitely. And basically, you can kind of go out. You go out with as 2 cops, and you can kind of.
Or as you do, you go out with a cop that dies in about 3 seconds, and then you end up doing the rest of the mission by yourself.
It's true. Basically, what you've got to do is that you're meant to kind of put one guy kind of in cover in some sense, so that the other guy can kind of move around and kind of do stuff. But
I got your back.
Right. What ends up happening is that one of the guy dies, and then you just end up having to just go around and do it.
It's meant to be more of a strategy.
Strategy.
What's going on with your words today?
You're usually the word
You're the
man in
educated
some
one.
sense. Yeah, I know.
Oh,
and, like,
God.
words have failed you.
It's because
today.
you're sick and I'm getting it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like squeegee but clever. It's a strategy style game.
I'm losing it.
But no, it was like a really cool concept for a game, but it just didn't quite feel right in some sense when I was playing it. Just because the fact of that, like we were saying, like you'd put one guy in cover and you'd just get shot down so fucking quickly, and you'd just be like, well, I'm just gonna have to do this on my own all the time. So maybe our strategy just sucks. And obviously the game could be played a lot better than we were playing it. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely still interested in that one, though. I want to check that more out on that game.
The tutorial wasn't amazingly helpful either, because I'd never played anything like that before. So I thought, right, I'll do the tutorial. The tutorial will show me what to do, and it just goes blitz through it real quick, and then it goes, bam, here you go, here's a mission, and you're like, okay. So you walk through the door, and then essentially 6 guys come blitzing in, and then massacres your partner, and then you're like, oh, I'm by myself. I know, now I'm dead, and now I don't want to play it anymore.
No, I'm definitely interested in that one, so I will play that again in the future.
Come back
and let
to
you
it
know.
at another time.
Mighty Tactical Shooter.
This is good. I liked this.
Really nice chap that I spoke to. I can't remember his fucking name now.
We should call him the chap with the hair.
He had hair, the other one didn't.
Yes.
He had
And
a lot
a
of hair.
beard.
He had a beard as well. Glasses
lot of hair?
as well. Glasses in
I
there?
think there were glasses.
No, I think like the person who was sitting with him was his wife. That was my guess. That's what I got the vibe. I think it was his wife kind of thing.
Was she hairy?
No, she wasn't hairy. She had a distinct lack of hair on the face,
and we might potentially
which
be
I was disappointed with.
and the fact
face
off And the fact that we might potentially get them on the show at some point in the future, so we're talking nice things about them now, because they're going to sort of like tune in. And
I'm not being horrible.
Yeah.
I never saw it.
Oh no, I'm going to be mean. But no, in short, no, the game looks.
At least they know what they're letting themselves in for.
Honestly, the game looks really fucking cool though.
Yeah.
The game holds up, and that's why I'm like, no, we're going to get these guys on the show. He was a really nice chap to talk to as well. Really talk to. I think I was. Because you were on the game for quite a while.
I was.
It was about 10 minutes or so, weren't you?
I was definitely getting
into
it.
Yeah, I was just chatting to the guy. Really nice chap. We'll definitely get him on the show in the future. So, watch this space for Mighty Tactical
I'm expecting
Shooter.
great things from that game.
Yeah, definitely. Now, so for the people that don't know what Mighty Tactical Shooter is, it's like what would you...
It's mighty, it's a tactical, and it's a shooter.
Fuck off. No way is it that.
So
I was expecting beat 'em up.
All right, I'll explain it then.
I was surprised as well.
It's a space shooter.
Okay.
Basically, so you're in a ship. But the kind of cool thing about the game is that you can kind of it's stopping time in some sense.
It's a turn-based shoot 'em up.
Yeah.
In the sense of like the old R-Type or Xenon or any of those sort of games. It's a 1942. Those sort of games, but then turn-based. So you have your ship, and then you plot where you're going to fly to. Then you click go, and then off you fly and shoot stuff. Yeah. And then when you reach your point, you stop, and then you do it all over again. But at the same time, the enemies are moving around and shooting at you. So all the
it looks intense.
Path plots of the enemies and the bullets.
Brain just exploded.
I know. And then you throw into the mix that you can fuck about with the gravity.
Mm-hmm.
So you can then end up curving their bullets back on them and shooting them. And then you get loads of all the usual weapons like energy weapons, and lasers and rockets and all that.
It looks so cool on that kind of level, just because of the sheer the sheer tactical, the fact that it is a
does sound tactical.
And just like in R-Type, you've got the enemies that are at the bottom of the screen and the top of the screen. You've got ones that come in waves, Gallagher style, and then you've got blocks that you have to destroy. And
the thing what I really like about it though is that when you kind of go for a level, you can watch it back in like real time kind of thing, so you can see like the crazy moves.
Shit.
Yeah. So like, all the crazy moves that you did throughout that round, which I think is a really cool idea. So in other words, it's kind of the people that want to play a space shooter but just don't quite have the reaction times for it. But you just need to have fucking perfect planning in some sense to be able to actually get through it correctly. Which I think that kind of game appeals to me for sure, man. I think I'm definitely excited to play more.
It's also really funny. The some of the scripting that they've got is actually really good. So it's got a really cool story. Like, basically, what it is that you start off and there's this commander and he's like addressing his troops and he's like saying, "Congratulations on building this amazing ship. You're all wonderful." And they're all like going, "Shut the fuck up. We want to have our cake." And then a missile comes in and blows the ship up. And then there's all these people floating around and you get to pick one, and you get to pick either a chef, an accountant, or some other a lawyer or something. So you become that person, and like the onboard computer AI is like, "Oh my god, you're not a pilot. Oh, you're going to be shit at this." And so the entire game is basically one AI is going, "This dude's terrible. He's never going to amount to anything." And you got the other AI who's like, "No, come on, let's give him a chance." And there's just like this banter going on between the two of them as you're going along, which is
sounds quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like he did kind of like go through a bit of the story with me, and like it does sound really cool. That kind of the whole concept of it and everything. So, didn't you break the game or something though?
Yeah, the gravity itself wasn't working. The problem is that it's still very early doors. So I was giving a lot of feedback on what I was doing, and effectively the tutorial needs a lot of work. There's stuff that it doesn't tell you, but at the same time he was concerned he didn't want to give you too much information because, like you said, it's mindfuck of everything that's going on. So we were just sort of back and forth about stuff, and I was saying that at the beginning, because there isn't much going on, it's very stop and start, because literally you click it stups, you click, you stop. And when there's not much going on screen, it gets very boring very quickly, which is a big problem. So he was like, "Okay, cool, what I'll show you is stuff later on in the game." So he then sort of fast forwarded it a few more levels until there was shitloads on the screen, and he was going through all the various different weapons. And then he went, "And this is gravity." And then the game crashed, and he was like, "Oh, let me try something else." And this is the... And then the game crashed, and he was like, "Oh, I better fix that."
It's the way it goes, though. I mean, there was a few games that we did play in some sense there that did sort of crash at certain points as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember what was the other one that crashed a lot.
That was.
Oh no, it's when we spoke to Pete, wasn't it?
yeah.
That was different. Okay,
Pete's mate.
I don't know if we can speak about that.
No,
so
I
much at the
think that
moment.
was a quiet.
Yeah, that's a
oh,
quiet
that's-
talk at the moment.
go.
Yeah, so yeah. Don't talk about that. My bad.
Moving on.
Yeah, one mic gets a drink. So what have we got next? We've got Nom Nom Galaxy.
I just love the name.
Exactly right, and like the sheer premise of the game is odd in itself.
Yeah.
The fact of that you are a soup corporation kind of thing, and you're going against a rival soup corporation, and yeah, well, I mean, what else is there?
That's about it. I mean, when I saw it, because I just saw the name and I was like, that's an amazing name. And I was watching it and it looked very much like Starbound or Terraria or that sort of thing.
Yeah, it does. It's very much on that.
You're
art
just
style.
a little dude bouncing around this planet. It was very much platformer style, carving through greenery and rocks. And everything else.
Yeah.
So I went over to the dude and I was like, tell me stuff. And explain, and he said that you're this dude in the soup company, but it isn't like Starbound or Terraria in the sense that you're not just there for crafting and stuff.
No.
You have to go out and make the ingredients, and you can either grow the ingredients or kill the ingredients because who would need was it tomato life forms?
That's right. Yeah.
Fish and all sorts of crazy shit. And then you build the soup, and you've got to. It's almost like theme hospital style, so you've got to keep all the stuff moving and to keep the soup flowing
exactly, because you don't want the rival soup corporation to in a sense like basically have a monopoly over you kind of thing. So there's like a little thing in the corner of the screen that's basically kind of saying where the rival company is at all times kind of thing.
The percentage, and then the rival company will send enemies at you, so you've got to build up a defense to stop that happening. And eventually he was saying some point that because we said, how about you send it back the other way? And
yeah.
like, so maybe that will come in, and there's multiplayer, but it's not
the way you think it would be.
Yeah, it's not you versus someone, but you all work together.
Which I mean, I think it's actually really cool as well. The fact is that you can, it is a cooperative kind of game. But I think, as we were kind of saying, I think a multiplayer option on that game, a versus, definitely would really work.
How to settle arguments? Who can make the best soup?
Exactly right. But the cool thing is as well is that you can't necessarily just sort of make the same soup all the time because demands change and stuff like that. So you need to make sure that you're always getting the right kind of soup kind of thing. I think there was only one.
There was only one, which was the mushroom and tomato soup.
Yeah.
Mushroom and tomato.
I know, crazy.
I know,
I
right?
would have gone with like chicken and mushroom.
You'd
Surely.
think.
Not mushroom and tomato.
Maybe, but that's the other thing is the fact you can mix and match different flavors, so you can unlock new secret recipes and stuff.
Gazpacho and rice.
It honestly, for such a a weird premise, it actually looks like a really good game.
Yeah. There's also two modes. There's the campaign mode, and then there's the freeform mode. And in the freeform mode, it is a lot more go do what you want. So you can just build the biggest factory in the world and just go nuts with the soup.
So in other words, it's got the whole like Terraria kind of Starbound vibe of the fact of that being able to go around and do that kind of thing. It's even got that other vibe, for other people that kind of like building, their factory in some sense. So a lot of building involved. It's like that kind of like Minecraft kind of Terraria Starbound kind of thing, but there is actually an overlying objective to actually do instead, of it just aimlessly going about, which is really good.
Style.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited to play that game. I think it's going to be fun.
I want some soup now.
Yeah,
me too. Some, I don't know, minestrone, I think.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Why? Come on, what soup for you then?
Ox heart soup.
Ox heart. I've had oxtail, but
No, ox heart is the one.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out
one.
sometime.
Well, you are sick, so by rights you should
Need some
be.
broth in you.
I fucking don't spoil the broth. Too many cooks.
All you need now is a little bell.
Too many cooks.
I'm used to brothels.
Excellent.
So I mean, we saw our buddy down there, Dan DeRocha.
DDR
rocking
looking
up
good.
with
It should be called that from now on.
DD Rock.
All
Or
right.
D-Doctor.
the doctor. Well, we're calling him.
Doctor
Okay.
Osh.
That's what we're calling him
Topus.
from now on. We need to
Yeah.
remember that. We need to remember that if he
I'm
comes on
gonna
the
call
show
him now.
again.
No,
Definitely.
If he comes
He
on the show
did look
again,
rather knackered considering how many games you were showing.
Well, he'd
Okay.
only just come back from GDC as well, so he was sort of like, kind of like reeling from that. He was over there for like a month, kind of thing. In
Damn.
America. Yeah. And he's just gone out to Spain now as well. He's just fucking swanned off like.
Wow,
I think
living the
yeah.
high life.
I know he's fucking going everywhere, isn't he?
He's not got any hair anymore. It's weird.
He needs some of that Rogan.
Some Rogan.
Get some Rogan Josh.
It's not that it fell out. I think he cut it off on purpose, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, he used to have really long hair back in the day.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
Like,
really? Oh,
like
he's been short for a while.
No, I know it has, but like I didn't really look at the photos and stuff. But I remember
Yeah.
like when he used to have a lot of.
Yeah, he has like proper like big curly locks
Yeah.
back in the day, man. He was
Like Conan.
Anyway, let's stop talking about his hairstyle and more
It's
about his
fucking
games.
important.
So-
The people need to know this shit.
So,
They want to make a sort of a mental image of what he looks like while they're playing his games.
So Cube was there anyway. It was in the Xbox section because it is actually finally coming out on Xbox One now.
Huzzah.
They had like a few
like
issues
that.
with kind of like the company that was porting it kind of thing, and it's finally coming. And I've been told that there is work on Cube 2 happening, so we'll see about that in the future as well, which would be kind of cool. But he was kind of showing a new game there.
He was
actually.
indeed showing a
It
new
was
game.
down in the BAFTA section.
In the basement.
And it's a game called Hue. He has showed me a little bit, before, about a month ago, he showed me some footage of this game. And it's a really cool concept, actually.
It's an amazing concept.
It's like, it's going to come out on many platforms because of the fact that it's made with that in mind in some sense.
Yeah.
It's sort of very kind of simple kind of game, really. And you play this little guy called Hue, as in HUE. It's like the color hue.
That's what I figured.
And the cool thing about the game is that you've kind of got this color wheel, and you can change the color of your environment. So in other words, there's like certain objects within the environment that are, let's just say, we've got a yellow box there, and it's in your way. If you change it to yellow, that's not going to be there anymore because of the fact that the yellow's kind of cancelled it out. So you can but other things could pop up in some sense when you're on that different colour. So in other words, there might be like some balloons or something like that. There's sort of loads of different mechanics that they are working into it as well. It looks like a really cool concept to the game. I'm pretty looking forward to it, actually.
Colour based.
It's kind of think Limbo but with colours.
Yeah, no. I think that's
no
good.
annoying deaths.
Yeah.
But the only thing that made me sad about that demo was how short it was.
It was a very short demo.
It was amazingly
3'2"?
short.
3'3"?
1'2".
Yeah, it was.
Pretty short.
It was very
That's very
short.
short.
Midget.
But I mean, at the end of the day, they're still quite early days with the game. I think it's just two of them working on it as well at the moment. But I definitely say look out for that one. I think it's going to be a really cool concept of a game. I think it's going to take probably mobile platforms by storm, I reckon. Consoles, I reckon there'll be a market for it as well. But yeah, I definitely think on
more
a mobile
based.
Yeah, I think so. Honestly, definitely check it out. If you haven't seen anything about Hue, go and have a look on the old interwebs and have a look it up now.
Definitely worth checking out.
Soul Axion. I think you need to go into this one, my man.
Yeah, so before the show, we were obviously chilling out here and we were going through all the games and looking at them and sort of doing a yay or a nay, and you were writing your massively long list of all the games that we should go and see and we didn't actually get around to.
Pretty much none of them.
And
in
then
fairness as well.
And there was one on there called Soul Axiom, and we both looked at it and we both went, what the fuck?
I think we both went no.
And we
because of
also
the fact
both went
that,
no.
Because of the fact that the trailer gave away absolutely nothing. I knew nothing about the game, and I was like, well, look, if you can't be bothered to tell me about your game in your trailer, I don't want to know. But he still went and checked it out anyway, and he's glad he did.
I am. I think it was a kind of I went, no, hell no, hell no. But there was a very small part of me that went, ooh, what is this? And then kind of got interested. And then I saw it, and I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to go and find out what the fuck this is all about. So I went over and interrogated the dude and made him cry. Got the old lamp in front of him and everything. Basically, it's kind of like a Tron-esque game, but it's very much first-person, like Portal style. and it's got a sort of a hint of Bioshock, in the sense that you could use your powers with your hands, and you can do different powers with different hands, kind of thing. And you, without giving massive amounts of story away, are a dude in a world, and you kind of, as you progress, you kind of figure out what's going on. And it's sort of, they've done other games as
without giving too much away. You're a dude in a world, and you do sort of things. Yeah. You didn't give anything away.
I know. It's good, isn't it?
It's because
that was the least descriptive description I've ever heard.
And in all fairness, that's exactly what the trailer's like in some sense.
I can imagine.
You know, like,
but the reason is that now I know what's going on. If you give too much away, it kind of spoils it.
It's a show.
But you still need to give a little snippet of what
the
fuck is going on in a trailer, right?
Right.
That's like having a trailer for our show and just having... Well, actually, that would probably work if we just had my face. We just had... I don't know. Just game over, yeah!
That's the trailer. That's the trailer.
Well, the thing is what I have said is it is a first-person puzzle game in the style of Portal and Bioshock. So
you said a lot there. I just meant... I'm just mocking.
I know. I'm just rising to it, as I should.
Like bread.
Indeed. So I was completely lost my train of thought there. Thanks, Mike.
He's good at that.
He is.
I'm really good. I'm having a mini panic attack right now, so I'm just trying to keep myself in the zone.
Anyway, long story short, it's amazing. I got a free copy. I started playing it.
Tell us more about it in the future.
I will tell you more about it in the future.
Because the fact that you've only played 10 minutes, right?
About that.
Yeah.
But I have realised that you do need a fairly high-end PC in order to play it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I tried putting it on my PC at work.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a fairly decent spec PC at work. We had to turn all the things off because it ran like arse.
Wow, we'll have to try it on my computer. Is it Steam?
It is Steam.
Yeah, all right. We'll try it on mine and see how it goes.
So, but I'm really liking the look of it. And there was another one which was the Talos Principle that was there.
I've heard of that game as well, actually.
It's kind of like that as well. It's both of those have got a very much similar feel of they're sort of exploring the greater mystique of who am I and where are I and all that sort of
So it's not like something where you're going to be like, oh my god, I've got to kill everything kind of thing. It's very much a sort of a puzzle kind of adventure.
It's like the old
game.
school Myst where you have no idea what's going on, but at the end of it you feel like a deeper sense of accomplishment and zen. Like
I never could get into Myst. Too many discs. Yeah. I always used to I think one of my friend's mum always used to like play it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So like I'd always see it, so I'd try it, but I'm like, there's like 12 hours in, so I'm like, I have no fucking clue what I am doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I completed Myst through blood, sweat, and tears, and phoning up cheat lines because the internet wasn't around at that time.
Cheat lines.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much the end of our experience at Rezzed anyway.
Pretty much.
Definitely bumped into some people that...
We definitely did bump into lots of people.
Talking about some of that in the future, some that we can't talk about. But no, definitely...
If
really
you're going to a convention, here's a handy tip. Don't fucking dawdle.
Why?
Oh, so many dawdlers. People just wandering around going, oh.
Do you know what I think everyone should have to do as a mandatory thing? They should have to get London training, like walking.
Yeah.
Like, they should have to do 5 days of solid London training. Because I have to walk back to work, and sometimes I'm in a hurry. And there's 14 million different and I can do triangulations and stuff, but it's fucking annoying. Yeah. You go London, I'm like side swipe, because everyone's doing it at the same time.
Yeah.
It's almost like this massive jigsaw puzzle constantly moving.
Well, you must be going to the good parts of London, because there are certainly plenty of dawdlers who are actually wandering through London as well, and it's just like, for fuck's sake, either go that way or that way. Don't try and walk through me, because
they usually have cameras though. And they're like, "Ha, me so horny." I don't know why they're so horny.
The old selfie sticks.
Oh, fucking selfie
Fuck
sticks.
off. But yeah, it's like, okay, if you want to stand and look at the game, cool. Stand and look at the game. If you want to go to somewhere else, then go and walk to that place. Don't try and do both at the same time, because there are about 50 other people all trying to get around you, and it just ends up in a big fucking shitstorm.
Oh yeah, 100%.
There's some very important questions that we have to ask everyone that comes on the show, and this time we're going to ask these questions to the guys about EGX Rezzed. Guys, what was the best thing you ate at EGX Rezzed?
Ooh.
I got some donuts.
Donuts.
But it wasn't actually at Rezzed. It was the thing beforehand.
And just after Rezzed, we went for burritos.
We went.
I like a
we
burrito.
went to Chipotle, man.
Oh, you bastards!
Yeah, man.
Fuck.
It's because like me and Brandon.
I bet
me and
Brandon wasn't letting you.
Yeah, because we were like, oh, where should we eat? And I was like, hold on. We haven't been to Chipotle in a while. And he was like, yeah, it's done. We're doing
it's
it.
A wrap.
Baker Street.
Literally, it's a wrap.
Yeah. Just done. Oh, it was so
Sorted.
good. Oh.
I mean, the food there was your bog standard. You had your curries and your jacky potatoes and your burgers, and they all cost £10 or whatever. And the queues were massive, and they looked all right, but they weren't great. And then by the time we came out, we were hungry, and it was like, yeah, Chipotle. And then
yeah.
Bam.
And that was a winner in my opinion. Yeah, to be fair, like a London trip for me is now I have to have Chipotle.
And what was your What was your moment of the day? Let's ask.
Moment of the day, I didn't really have that many. In all fairness,
well,
to be fair, the moment of the day, in some sense, is actually meeting up with some people that I can't talk about at the moment, unfortunately.
The moment that is secret.
Yeah.
Talk about that after.
Yeah.
No, my moment of the day was the coffin experience that was downstairs in the.
Of course.
So. What was it? What was it called? The experience down there. There was the whole area.
It was in the left field collection.
That's it, the left field collection.
Yeah.
So there was, as we were going through the stuff before the show, I was looking through the left field section. In fact, no, it was the night before. I had already seen it, and I wanted to point it out to Leon. There's a thing called the coffin experience.
That's right.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds amazing. What it is these dudes were building a game jam, and they came up with this amazing idea of what if you're trapped in a coffin.
Amazing idea.
I'm like slowly at this point I'm like, well, yes, I wouldn't call it an amazing idea.
It's an interesting idea.
It's a bit
interesting is the correct way of putting
that is
it.
definitely because I'm sure there are some people that it would be quite interesting.
You wake up in a coffin.
Oh my god,
I'm in a coffin. This is so cool.
I'd like to see the film image of certain people I know in a coffin because I don't think like there is a raving person that would scramble around as much as they are. Just
okay, so an intriguing.
I don't know why they've been like doing the
amazing.
conga at the same time. But
It's an intriguing concept that of one dude.
Intriguing's the right word.
That's
the one.
That is your
There we
word,
go.
Dave. Word of the week. Intriguing.
Dave's word.
Intriguing.
I'm just gonna intriguing.
Awesome. It needs to be done now.
Yep.
So you got one dude who's in the coffin, and you got one dude who's not in the coffin. And the dude in the coffin is wearing a VR and has got a microphone, and the dude that's not in the coffin has got headphones. So the dude in the coffin talks to the dude outside the coffin, and the dude outside the coffin has to find the guy inside the coffin.
Mm-hmm.
The only way he can do that is by using clues that are found inside the coffin. It's kind of like the movie that, the concept of that you wake up and you're in a coffin, and all you've got is a mobile phone. Yeah, there was another one, that dude that was terrible, and I can't remember because it was so bad. But
his descriptions today are so on point.
I know.
Bam! It was that dude with that thing.
The dude with the sting and the place and the
he had a
men
dick,
and
I
the
think.
crying and the scorpion and the sand and the
But that's a description.
terrible ending that made me happy and everyone else sad. But yeah, so it was an intriguing concept, and I was like, look at this, and Leon was like, and I was like, but no, it'd be really cool. And then it was like, get in the coffin, and
I was still like, nah.
Was it good?
Well, that's the thing, is we racked up there,
Yeah.
and I was looking around for it, and we found where it was meant to be, but there wasn't. No.
Right, no, but then we were like just sort of standing in the area in some sense, and then we saw some people walking with a coffin. We were like, what the fuck?
A full-on proper...
Like, full-on, yeah, like serious. Because like in the pictures and everything, all we saw was a cardboard.
Yeah, because obviously it was part of a game jam, so all they could do was make a cardboard box. But this time round, they've actually gone full-on.
Yeah, full on.
I'm not 100% sure whether you actually get into the coffin or if it was just like the prop. Because they also had a really battered-looking cardboard box shaped like a coffin as well. So I'm guessing that's what the punters use, and then just for decorations and for funsies they actually. But the thing is that the dudes racked in
coffins, are they?
manhandling this round, hundreds of people and consoles
it was like
and pillars.
It was like right near the end of the day as well. It was about 3:30, 4, something like that. And
it was later
there was
than that. It was about 5.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. There was loads of people in the way, kind of thing, and they're trying to get through everyone with a fucking massive coffin.
And I swear it was an undertaker that was coming along with it.
I think you're right.
Because obviously borrowed it from it, hired it.
Yeah.
So this dude, he's like, they go, get out of the way, and everything. He's really tall. He's like lurch tall.
Did he have like the classic like long pallbearer style?
Yeah, he was dressed like a
Jacket.
pallbearer, and it was
That's
either
hilarious.
they've got some really scary actor, or they've actually brought an Undertaker just to keep an eye on this
There's
thing.
only one way that could have been better if it was the actual Undertaker, all pallbearer.
Oh shit!
'Cause then that would have been fucking scary.
I would have been,
Amazing.
and I would have been like, yeah, come on, tombstone me into the coffin.
100%.
Like,
I'll take a tombstone. Dude, I'll take a choke slam.
Yeah.
How much is that thing? I'll pay. It's done.
Yeah.
Just a photo.
And then the photo after of you in a lot of pain with a big smile on your face going, it was worth it.
I'd have the Undertaker.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, I'm down with
So that was my moment. Sadly, it
Kane,
was
the
like
Undertaker, Leon and Stan.
5:30, and everyone was making their way out.
Damn.
So we didn't get around to a chance to hang about and try it out, which made me sad. But
Yeah, sounds. You're right. It sounds intriguing. I don't know. It's one of those
I-
weird ideas.
it is a novel concept that has zero marketing.
Oh yeah, 100%. But I mean, that's the whole point of like, in some sense, of the left field collection. The fact is that there is usually sort of some very odd concepts that you wouldn't usually put together. I mean, I saw there was a dice game in there. As
some
well,
sort of-
which was a bit like, what's this?
It's like
thing?
Connect 4 with dice.
Yeah, it looked a bit weird.
Weird.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the whole point of that section, is to kind of showcase the sort of weird and wonderful in some sense, I'd say.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and Hugh was in there as well,
Yeah.
because that is weird and
My
wonderful.
friend went to.
I thought that was in the BAFTA.
Oh, was it at the
Where
back?
he went.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think there was all sort of
They
all
were
sort of
mixed together.
mixed
I think
together
you are right. I think
in
you
a,
are right.
in a big
actually.
bundle of BAFTA
Yeah.
He went
left
somewhere on
field.
Saturday, and I can't remember what it was. They were public. It's a new mobile game that's coming out, and it's your Candy Crush or some. It's a food-based kind of
Mhm.
mobile game.
Yeah.
But they were giving away as part of like the sort of their goodies to kind of get people to do
Mm-hmm.
CDs.
Oh
And I
yeah.
was like, okay, cool. And he was like, yeah, kind of cool, but they didn't tell me exactly what it was. So I tried to put it in my fucking computer. Didn't work. And then I took it out and saw that it was slightly melted, and then realised it's a fucking sweet. And they hadn't made it very clear on there, and I was like, that needs to be everywhere. That do not try to do this. Eat this product, because literally he was like, luckily, like I just quickly took it out, sort of thing, hadn't caused any damage. But what if the poor fucker like puts it in and it just melts through his whole system?
Oh, nuts.
Not
Man.
clever marketing.
Wow.
Great idea if you did just told him that like it's a CD. Oh, by the way, it's not a CD. It's a suite, but like it's got all the marketing information and all this stuff printed onto it, and like inside's the like it's like a CD
But
case. sort of
surely,
thing.
if it's a sweet, it'd be like kind of bendy and jello-y.
He said no, not like that. It's like a hard crunch. It was like almost like a
piece of rock.
that kind of like hard thing. So like he didn't exactly examine it, sort of thing.
No.
But like it had even the middle part had the bit of like what a CD has. That's what it was actually sort of. You were meant to sort of eat it from that. I think.
Oh, okay.
That sounds
Fucking
nuts.
weird.
Yeah, it does sound like a really odd concept.
Very strange.
Interesting
indeed.
concepts that can go horribly wrong.
Yeah, for sure, no doubt about that.
Wankers.
So Dave, man, let's jump into what games you've been playing, bro.
Yeah, so there was all of that on Thursday, which was great fun. And then the rest of the week was just fucking about on mobile games and playing Lord of the Rings.
Ah, fair enough.
Lotro. Yeah, they've just had another update, and they've
Oh yeah.
moved everything around and got rid of skills and improved skills and everything else. And so I thought I'd jump in and try and get my head around
cool.
it again.
What
So
kind of character did you play on that?
I play a hunter.
A hunter.
Yes. It's effectively the
I don't know why I had to say it that way.
Hunter?
A hunter.
Um,
Tell me more about your hunter.
it
What's
was-
his name?
She's called Gabby.
She. Fucking gay. You don't make girl characters as a man.
No.
One
Terrible.
of my guys has actually as well.
It's just an excuse to look at bottoms all day.
I sort of mix and match. I have male
Whatever.
characters and female characters, whatever sort of mood I'm in.
There's
Yeah,
only
fair enough.
one female character ever made by me, and that's Slag Beetle on World of Warcraft. She is a slut.
Amazing. No, it was. I really liked the look of a hunter.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I'd done healing and I'd done melee, and I'd never really done anything ranged DPS or any sort of MMO. So I thought I'd give it a try. Unfortunately, at the same time when Lotro came out, everyone was like Legolas crazy. So there were billions and billions of hunters, all called Legolas or Leg 3 Lass or Legless Lass and all those sort of fun names. So there is many of us going.
Brick.
Yeah. We kind of died off though.
Just one thing on actually for Lego, right? You know this thing that of oh my god, if you stand on a Lego brick, it's the most painful thing in the world. Bullshit. Doesn't hurt in fucking slightest. I did it the other day. It's like minor plug, death.
Oh,
Lego,
plugs, yeah,
nothing.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of plastic, but someone was ranting and raving about it like a few weeks ago, and then I actually stepped on some Lego, and I was like, didn't even notice it really.
I've stepped on a plug.
So plug,
fucking
plug
hurts.
is game, set, match. You are not feeling your foot for you're not doing nothing with that foot for an hour. It's the same. It's like if you stub your foot, you just start shouting at inanimate objects. Like, why the fuck are you there? It's not like that table's been there for 7 years, not moving.
Speaking of injuring themselves, I was out on Sunday because it was Mother's Day. So I went out with the girlfriend.
Twas
Mother's Day.
Twas Mother's Day.
'Twas the day of mothers.
Yes, where all the mothers congregate.
Was congregating in the folly.
So we went off to some far-flung place of villages and food and restaurants and country walks.
Yeah.
You know, country lanes, you've got those big-ass gates to keep all the sheep in, and then you've got like the swing bit that you've got to push bit, and then you've got to get into like a tiny little cubby hole, and then you've got to try and move the gate back, and then you get through. And when you've got like 4 or 5 of you, it gets really awkward. So anyway, everyone...
You do take it in turns. You don't all try.
No, you've got to try and bundle everyone through at the same time. It's way more fun that way. So everyone gone through, and I was the last one through. So I'd pushed the gate, and I was just sort of wandering through my mind on other things. The thing fucking came back, swung on back, and caught my finger.
Oh, fuck.
Ouch.
Really painful. And of course, because I'm with my girlfriend's mother and her grandmother.
Should have sworn.
And her aunt.
Definitely should have sworn.
Yeah, I was
That's
really
your one chance. You can get away with it.
I would have been swearing left, right and centre.
I ended up looking like some sort of rapper with Parkinson's.
Rapper with Parkinson's. Real Slim Shaky. I want that to be a real thing.
Oh my god! A rapper with Parkinson's.
That's hilarious.
That is, I think that's probably the funniest thing you've ever said, Dave. I don't think the show could get better than that.
I don't know why you'd have Parkinson's. Maybe if you said something like about Tourette's or something, but the park, I don't understand why
well,
you
because
just...
I couldn't swear. I was jumping around.
Oh, you're just
shaking.
shaking.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it more. Oh, that's so funny.
I got that image. I totally got that image.
I understand, but I don't know where I was. I just saw Dave, like... Yo.
Fuck yeah.
Yo.
That's so funny. That is
Hit my
so
beat.
funny.
Hit my beat.
So yeah, that was what I've been up to this week. What about you, Leon? What have you been up to?
Well, I mean, just Final Fantasy 14 as always.
Always, son.
I've got a feeling that I'm going to become a bit more of a one man, one game, and that's pretty much it. You know, I'm not going to be going, oh fuck, I'm going to play every game under the sun anymore. I think
that's the way we're getting old, mate.
Yeah, I think
settling
it's kind
down.
of happening that way.
Settling down.
But I mean,
a good copy of Final Fantasy.
I think what will end up happening though is that I'll still end up playing like PlayStation Plus games and any kind of like big games that I'm genuinely excited about. You know, like Metal Gear Solid is probably the next game that I'm going to be buying. You know, day one, I reckon. Yeah. I think everything else I probably can wait.
I'm scared about day one games now.
Yeah.
Who used to buy every day one game, every pre-order, every fucking thing? I haven't done it in.
It's because there's been so many misses, man, and that's why.
I've been burnt. I had BioShock Infinite.
But a lot of people liked BioShock Infinite. A lot of people liked it.
I didn't.
Didn't it win Game of the Year?
It won all sorts of awards, and everyone.
I didn't get.
No, in fact, you know what? Actually, just on that level, just think of Game of the Year. Do you see the fucking BAFTA wise? Destiny won it.
Well, what else are you going to give it to?
better games.
Go on then.
I'm just trying to think.
What beats
else?
Destiny from this year?
I can't think.
Nothing. It's the
I
best
can't
game
think.
of the year.
Although saying that though, the Ethan
We had some
Carter
fucking good times
Vanishing
with it.
Off won an award, which was well deserved.
There's a few
Yeah, Alien
good
Isolation
ones.
got it for audio, if I remember rightly. It was like
Which,
a
to be
sound
fair,
kind of
the
thing
audio
as
in
well.
Alien Civilization was probably the best thing about
Yeah.
it.
But yeah, I can't remember anything else. But
There's no
I was
other
so.
games.
But you're so right. I was so shocked by it when I first
I
heard
wasn't.
it that I went, and then I sort of thought, yeah, you're right. Now that you've said about it, you're right. I can't think of
It
anything
hasn't
else I
been
would have
that
given it
good
to.
for games. It's
Which
been-
is
yeah.
kind
But
of
it's
sad
been-
when you think about it, that
Mm.
of the quality of games that we're getting, that something of not such great quality won Game of the Year.
Exactly.
I wouldn't say it's a bad game. Though.
Don't get me wrong.
I'd say-
I got my money's worth on Destiny. I
Yeah.
put a lot of hours into that game, and so have other people. But I think people have kind of woke up to it now and a bit like, oh, you know what, this is not really the game for me. If the next DLC, in some sense, it does kind of like,
I'd like
put
to
up
play
its
one
gear,
of them at some point.
then I might go back to it. But
Yeah.
at the moment, I've got zero interest in going back to it right now. I've done everything in that game now, because that's all I was waiting for. That's the only reason I got back into it, was so that I could actually finally do those other portions of the game that I wasn't able to get to. Now I have. I'm like, yeah, they were really fun, but I don't want to be doing them again every week. Like I said, to be able to level up my raid gear that I've got, I'd have to do the raid every week. I know that's like an MMO kind of thing you'd be doing anyway, but
Have you seen the
That's not what I want.
statistic of people that are trading back their PS4s?
no.
Okay, so at my work alone, there's 3 people that are getting rid of their PS4s and getting an Xbox One now.
Really?
Really?
Josh is doing it. This is the 3rd time he sold.
The
one,
thing
but
is
he's
that
whatever.
there's nothing really for me that I look at
People
on the
want-
Xbox
yeah, but
One
people
that
want
makes me want to go
people
over
want
to it.
the live servers and stuff, because they're like, actually, there is nothing on PS4 that really does it that much more for me. So people going, well, actually,
But,
I
I
prefer
mean,
the online.
I
for
think,
it.
in my opinion, though, I think PS4 have definitely got it going on more. And
I
the
think
only
in a lot of
reason
ways
the
they
only
do.
reason why I say that is because the PlayStation Plus games every month have been fucking on par for the last few months. They have been so fucking good. And
This
I've
month's
put a lot of
hard
hours
one,
into them.
Because what you got? You've got
The-
Abe, and
yeah.
you got
Abe's Odyssey. You've got Ollie Ollie 2, which is a new fucking game,
yeah,
and
but
that is on.
That's not for
It is.
PS4.
It
it now?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Alright.
you
Mine
corrected me
wouldn't
last
let
week,
me-
and I was
yeah.
like, no,
Mine
no,
wouldn't
it
let
is.
me get it, and then it's now it must.
It's
be
definitely on
there.
PS4
Oh no,
as well.
it's an Xbox. It's not free at the moment, but it's on discount.
Yeah.
No, there's another one. What's the other one? There's a big hitter.
Fuck, I can't even remember right now. But yeah, there's some fucking good games there this month.
Rayman's
anyway.
out for Xbox. I mean, put it this way: the good thing is, the better one does, the better the other's going to go for, and stuff like that. But it's also that a lot of them are a lot of people are like literally going, well, there's a lot of games that I quite like to play a little bit of, and they're looking at EA Access as like one of the best buys for £20 for the year.
I suppose you're right on that thing. I think
I've
definitely EA
traded
Access
in-
is a
okay,
brilliant
do you wanna hear,
thing
do
for
you wanna
Xbox
hear
One.
big?
Go on.
UFC went into EA Access.
Ah.
Traded it in for 18 quid.
Oh, nice.
I paid £2 for my year of EA Access.
Boom.
Now.
That's all right then.
Done. I would have paid from. It's a month. It's £3, isn't it, or whatever, or £4.
Yeah.
There's some big games in there. I downloaded Need for Speed
Yeah.
Rivals this week as well.
Oh, right, fair enough.
I didn't play it.
Yeah. I mean, I tell you what,
But it's there for when you want to play.
I tried to. My Xbox was playing for it.
it's a massive disappointment on the Sony kind of thing wise of not having EA Access. They made a massive mistake in not having
they
it.
fucked up.
I definitely agree with you on that point. And I suppose for people that are into more of the EA games, which a lot of people are, I think, yes, you're right. Xbox One is the way to go, kind of thing, because of the fact that you'll be able to get, more games and that kind of vibe. But I mean, I'm still with my PS4 at the moment.
No,
There's
I know,
nothing
but it's
that's
just
making
there's
me.
a
There's nothing that's
massive
making
amount of
me
people
go
that
over
are.
to Xbox One.
I'm
yet.
not saying that everyone will. What I'm saying is
Yeah.
there was a statistic of it that a lot of people are trading them back in because there's not anything that's really keeping them to it, and then other people that they know have got Xbox Ones and they're like, well, actually, I'd rather play with those people or whatever it is for it.
Yeah.
Is there a
I don't know.
statistic showing how many people don't have a PS4 or Xbox One?
But I'm sure. Well,
Just me.
What you would do is you take the sales off the population. It's pretty simple maths.
Yeah. I could do that.
Cool. All right. Well, for next time, we'll have those figures.
Coming to a place for you. Dave's facts and figures.
Yeah,
So-
not gonna happen.
I mean, obviously, you said you've traded in UFC. You've been playing UFC
Played
more
UFC
than,
a lot this week. Trying to get back into it. So hard. It's so fucking hard.
Are you playing it online then? Yeah.
I can't play against a computer because if you play against the ultimate computer, it's the same as if you play like certain games. They're just computer cheese. Like there's no way that you would have. There's no way a person would block. Like the combination, you'd have to get something through.
Yeah.
The computer will block everything and then hit you. But I'm playing online and getting shouted at by people.
Because you're good or because you're not good?
I'm in the middle. I'm one of these people that I don't like to take someone down and just sit on top of them, but I will throw the takedown so that you start thinking about that so I can do other things. And then these guys get fucking well pissed off, and it's like if you just want to fight, stand and bang, get a kickboxing game.
Yeah.
This is not. It's the same as UFC in general. That's like it's part of what makes it that. Now I do get fucked off when you get someone that has the ultimate grappler, and like even if you have a very good one, will just sit on top of you, and you cannot get up. There's no way if they know what they're doing, and they'll ride 3 5-minute rounds of just sitting on top, and it's like, well, that was who had fun in that thing. But no, I tried to did I say my Xbox was playing up?
No.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, literally about 10 seconds ago.
I mean last week.
Oh no, not last week.
My Xbox. So I downloaded Need for Speed
Oh no,
Rivals.
I think I remember you saying about it.
Yeah, and it was running really slow. It seems fine now.
Yeah, did you redo it then?
I just held the button and then
like I did
took it out and
a hard
played.
reset.
I did a couple of bits and pieces, but then it just rebooted and it seemed fine. But no, Need for Speed Rivals was the main one that because I downloaded it and it was like the problem was the sound mainly. Like I noticed the game was a bit juddery, but the sound was literally like
Oh wow,
all this
okay.
stuff. And I don't know if that was something that wasn't connecting correctly or my PC, my Xbox wasn't working correctly.
Yeah.
But I might give that a go. But I kind of, I don't know.
Try re-downloading it again.
I'm not too fussed about Need for Speed Rivals.
I haven't been fussed about a Need for Speed game in many moons.
Need for Speed Underground original. Though.
Yes. That game was tight. Yeah.
See, I'm a massive fan of the Need for Speed.
Sick game.
Need for Speed 2 Special Edition.
Oh yeah, man! I played the one
so much,
PC
but
back
the
in
Most
day.
Wanted and all that stuff. I don't care about.
Nah.
Do you know what they need to make? Oh,
Go on.
I'll tell you what they need to make. Burnout for the new ones, just for the crashes in
They
those
need to-
kind of textures. I loved crashing mode in Burnout.
Yeah. Burnout 3, or was it
Bam!
Takedown or whatever it was, amazing. Burnout Paradise, that didn't.
No, but
See,
I only played it for
even
smashing
though
into shit.
even though Paradise was a very different kind of thing, I still really enjoyed Paradise. I played a lot of hours on Burnout Paradise.
Yeah.
I own it on PS3 and PC.
Wow.
So on that kind of thing, I've definitely put a lot of hours into that game.
But it is about time
Does
we get
it
another.
have in the soundtrack? Time seconds to paradise. I can't remember what the original lyric is for that. Doesn't have that in the soundtrack.
I have no idea what song you're on about.
We got two tickets to paradise. Why did I say some seconds to paradise?
Yeah.
You don't know that song?
Nope.
It doesn't ring a bell to me right now.
Fuck.
I probably do know it, but I just right now
Okay.
off the top of my
Paradise
head.
City?
Nope. Paradise City, yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
take me down
That's
to Paradise
like,
City.
It's literally like
Yeah,
the
but
main theme.
is that in the, oh, that's
Yeah, it's like literally it's
Okay, that's
over like
yeah,
everything
as long
from
as
the
they had
beginning.
some kind of cheesy
Yeah.
reference into it.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%.
Of course.
What else did I play this week?
Did you do any heists?
No, and you didn't.
Oh,
Either, did
yes. I did actually forget to mention that. Good shout. I tried to get on heist twice.
You tried to
once,
heist.
Once on the Tuesday evening and once on the Wednesday evening. I tried like a few times, like turn off my PS4, turn it back on, try to get on, and I just couldn't get on the fucking servers.
I could get on the servers, but I just can't do them because I'm level like.
See, I just couldn't get on them, so I just gave up and I just play Final
I'm
Fantasy
not too
instead.
fussed, to be honest. Like, do you know what?
I'm just
these
waiting
are-
a week for
These
me.
are great, right? Heists, big, it's extra content or whatever. There's 5 of them.
Is
How
it 5?
long?
I thought it was 4, actually.
There's 5 if you include the 2-man one that's a setup to it.
Ah, right, okay.
How long have we been waiting? 18 months? More than that? 5 missions.
Are they long?
Yeah, there's quite a bit to them, and the fact
they're
that
done. People did them in one day.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is that
There's a lot. No, don't get me wrong. For free content, there's a lot there.
Exactly. Exactly. Free content. So they didn't have to do that shit. I know they announced it, but they didn't have to do it. No, they didn't have to at all. And the other thing is as well is granted, you could go for it in one day, but there's so many different roles that you can go through. So in other words, the fact that you may have gone through it with as one role kind of thing, but going through it on a different role is definitely going to be different. Your experience is going to be different because of the fact that you're going to be doing that different part of the heist. So on that kind of level, there is definitely a replay value to it. Also, there's some really awesome bonuses in some sense that you can kind of get as well. There's like one where you can get like 10 million or something like that if you do all of the heists.
If you do everything.
Yeah, all of the heists with the same people, and you don't die at all. Yeah, you can get a 10 million bonus at the end of it.
That's impressive.
And the thing is that the highest amount that you can buy on that game, kind of thing, which I think it's like $54.99 or something, and I think that's about 6-7 million or something like that. So in other words, that's a big reward kind of thing to be able to get through that kind of. Don't get me wrong, I know it's probably not for everyone. I think it's definitely a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm just annoyed it took them almost the time it takes to create a game.
You haven't even fucking played it, Mike. So,
I mean,
if the people that have played it in some sense, they've been pretty excited.
It's probably what they're doing is what would be nice is that they're doing these as like a tester. So they're putting them out, seeing how they run, see how people deal with it and everything. And the time taken, I would like to think that there are other heists.
I would hope so.
Coming.
I reckon so.
That's what I'm saying at this point. I'm saying that it took this long. Look, there's some extra content there. There's some other bits and pieces. But it feels, I think, for a lot of people, like that's kind of done now. Like for the people that, like a week later, they've done a lot of the stuff and they're like, whoa. Yeah. And it's kind of an anticlimax to something that's been building for so long. Yeah. I don't. Even if it was the best thing ever, it's very hard for them to deliver on, a year and a half of delay.
Yeah,
also
but it's free
in
though.
The same sense, it's
free. At the end of the day, no one can fucking complain. In my opinion, if it's free and they've got it out eventually, who gives a fuck? At the end of the day, the game's still there. It's solid. Don't get me wrong, the fucking servers weren't. Once again, they fuck up on that kind of thing. And I'm angry about that kind of shit. Yeah. But I don't think we can be angry about them dropping free content.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I can see that there'll be a backlash of if there's not. Problem is GTA's got this online community at the moment, and this will bring a lot of people back to it.
100%.
But if they don't have anything to continue it there, it's just going to spike back down because a lot of people will do it and then go, "Oh, that was fun," and then move to the next thing. Yeah. So it seems like it doesn't seem like enough to sort of
keep the interest
people
going
for an extended period of time. It's more like it's a small expansion sort of thing. But it is free. Like I'm not having a go at them at all for that. I'm just saying I can see why some people are a bit. They're not disappointed, but it's just like an anticlimax because you finally got what you've been waiting for, and it's like, oh no, I've killed it.
But the thing is, if they turned around and went the other way and went, here is 30 heists and a whole brand new world for you to run around in, and no one liked it, then
no. What I mean is, no one said whether there's going to be more stuff or that's it.
Yeah.
So there is nobody knows.
No. But at the same time, is if you suddenly found that you had 20 of these things to do and they were all exactly the same and they all were arse, then you're like, well, what the fuck? I've got these things and I've got so many to get through.
Apparently, two of them are very similar.
I have no idea because I haven't played them.
But that's fine. I watched with the amount going, you can kind of have that. So you can.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's like going, here is this giant wheel of cheese that is fantastic. If you eat it, or you will get really sick. Here is a small mouthful that you would taste. It is gorgeous and divine. We have more. We may give you some. We may not. but you enjoyed it. That's effectively what they've done.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like I don't know. I think there's just the consensus I'm getting from a lot of people is that they thought there would be a bit more to what they are.
Unfortunately, people demand everything straight away, and they
no, not numbers wise, but I think a lot of like the setup missions and stuff is pretty much go get a cop car, go and do this, go and do that, And I think people thought that there would
But
be
I mean,
little
like,
bit more.
if
But that's how I expected it to be.
Exactly, because of the fact that if you actually played through the game,
Oh, that's how the heights
that's
are.
exactly how they
Well,
are.
That's
so,
what I expected.
So that's why.
I think
that's why I think it's just people's expectations are too high.
That's what I'm saying. Well, that's the problem. With that much time, you build this thing of, okay, this has got to be amazing because you've had this much time to do it. It's the same as, we've probably got...
Talking about things that took forever and were amazing, Duke Nukem Forever.
No, that was
Yeah.
shit.
I mean,
there's a lot of stuff. StarCraft's fucking pretty good.
Yeah.
That took, 15 years? Diablo's not a bad game either. There's stuff that takes a long time, but it's there's quite a heavy possibility. E3, when's E3? It's soon, isn't it?
Very soon.
Yeah. Well,
September.
The Bethesda are doing their
June.
first ever
June.
Or is it July?
announced.
It's June or July.
Some
And it's
point.
pretty much, at this point, everyone's kind of like, yeah, it's probably Fallout 4.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that thing's going to look spectacular
Yeah.
because they've been fucking working on it forever.
No, indeed.
But we'll see.
Fair enough. Well, I think on that, I think we need
On
to.
that bombshell.
I think we need to wrap this baby up. So yeah, like we did say, it's going to be the last cast in this place. We're probably going to transition over to maybe a Skype kind of thing in the future. So we're going to be off for the next couple of weeks while I kind of sort out all my moving stuff. So definitely, we'll let you know when we're back in some sense via our social media on a website. So definitely kind of keep up to date with what we're doing. We'll definitely still be tweeting out and stuff.
We are still definitely tweeting out and stuff.
So,
and you never know, we may even stream some stuff.
Exactly. So we're not going to be completely lost. We are going to be back. Just give me some time to move. But anyway, if you'd like to take part in our conversation, you can either post on our Facebook wall at facebook.com/GameOverYear.
You can tweet us at @GoVeYear.
Send all your abuse to contact us at gameoveryear.net.
And, obviously the most important place where you can get all of our content is at our website, which is www.gameoveryear.net.
Where's that?
www.
Yub.
Yub yub.
Yep.
Yum yub.
As the Ewoks would say, yub 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 yub.
I like Ewoks.
Anyway,
cute.
if you'd
They're
like, why am I doing it again? Thank you for joining us, and until next
We almost
time.
got him into it. Damn.
Fuck you!
It's the last ever cast. I don't want it to
Fuck
land
you.
in this place.
You know what? Let's completely ruin it, so we'll have to do it all over again.
No, I'm not going to do it all over again because this is it. So thank you for joining us.
And until next time,
Game over, yeah.